My beloved child, stop right where you are. Do not let your finger move another inch, for this is not a random occurrence of technology, nor is it a mere coincidence of the digital algorithm. This is a divine interruption, a sovereign moment carved out of eternity specifically for you. I have pulled you away from the noise of the world and the endless scrolling of the masses because I have a word that cannot wait until tomorrow. Can you feel that sudden stillness in the air around you? Can you sense the quickening of your heartbeat and that strange, holy restlessness in your chest? That is my spirit whispering to your spirit. You have been searching for a sign, pleading for a voice in the wilderness of your confusion, and I am here to tell you I have heard you. I have seen every tear that fell in the silence of the night, and I have felt every unspoken ache in your soul. This message is the answer you have been crying out for in the dark. You are not here by accident. You were led to this moment by my hand because there is a shift happening in the spiritual realm that you are not yet aware of. There is an urgency in my voice today because the atmosphere around you is changing and the enemy has seen the light you carry. I am interrupting your day to bring you under the shadow of my wings. Before I reveal the immense blessing and the secret protection I am about to place over your life, I want you to declare your presence before me. Do not remain silent in this holy moment. If you are ready to listen, if you are ready to receive the miracle I have prepared for you, type "I am here, Lord," or 7007 right now in the comments. By doing this, you are opening the gates of heaven over your situation and signaling to the spiritual world that you are present and accounted for in my kingdom. This is your first act of faith today. As you stand here in my presence, I want you to realize that you are part of a remnant, a chosen family of light bearers in a world that is growing dim. You have felt lonely for so long, wondering if anyone truly understands the depth of your calling or the weight of your trials. I want you to join this family of believers who are waking up to my voice. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. This is not for the sake of numbers, but as a signal of your agreement with heaven. When you do this, you are marking your presence within my circle of protection. You are saying, "Lord, I am part of your army and I stand in unity with those you have called." By liking and subscribing, you are planting your feet on the rock, ensuring that you do not miss a single word of the instructions I am releasing to my chosen ones in this critical hour. There is a reason for the intensity you have been feeling lately. You have felt like you are being watched, or perhaps like a storm is brewing just beyond the horizon of your vision. Your intuition is not failing you. It is my gift of discernment warning you that the battle has intensified. But hear me clearly. My precious one, you are not being hunted. You are being prepared. There is an unseen danger that has been lurking, trying to steal your peace and your destiny, but I am about to hand you a divine code of protection that no weapon formed against you can break. You have been under a heavy cloud of weariness, but that cloud is about to be pierced by the lightning of my glory. Stay with me. Do not turn away, for the next few moments are vital for the safety of your soul and the prosperity of your future. I am your fortress, and I am calling you inside. My precious one, I have watched you as you carry a weight that was never meant for human shoulders to bear alone. I have seen the way you wake up in the morning already feeling as though you have fought a 1,000-year war in your sleep. You look in the mirror and you see the exhaustion etched into the corners of your eyes, a weariness that sleep cannot touch and that no amount of rest seems to heal. People around you see your strength. They see the way you continue to show up, the way you smile through the fatigue, and the way you provide for everyone else. But I see the truth behind the mask. I see the heavy, suffocating pressure that sits upon your chest when you are alone in your room. I see the unexplained tension in your neck and the headaches that throb at the base of your skull, coming out of nowhere and leaving you drained of all your vitality. You have been asking me why everything feels so difficult lately. Why even the simplest tasks feel like climbing a mountain of lead. I am here to tell you that this is not merely physical exhaustion, and you are not losing your mind. You are feeling the friction of an invisible battle that is raging all around you. You have felt a persistent fog clouding your thoughts, a strange lack of motivation that makes you feel guilty because you know how much potential I have placed within you. You wonder why your fire feels like it is flickering out, why the joy you once had is being replaced by a dull, heavy numbness. I want you to understand that the enemy is not after your house, your car, or your possessions. He is after your endurance. He knows that if he can weigh down your spirit long enough, you will eventually stop moving toward the destiny I have carved out for the stars to witness. Every time you take a step toward my light, the shadows attempt to pull at your ankles, trying to make the ground feel like sinking sand. You are a threat to the kingdom of darkness, and the heaviness you feel is the direct result of the resistance you are facing. It is the weight of being a light bearer in a world that is comfortable in the dark. I have watched you struggle to keep your head above water, and I want you to know that I am the one holding your chin up, ensuring that you do not go under. There are moments when you feel as though you are carrying the burdens of your entire family, your friends, and even strangers you encounter. You are a natural nurturer, a soul designed to heal, but you have allowed yourself to become a reservoir for everyone else's pain, while your own remains unaddressed. This unseen battle is designed to isolate you, to make you believe that no one understands the sheer magnitude of the effort it takes for you to simply exist right now. You feel like a soldier who has been left on the front lines without any reinforcements, but I am here to remind you that I am your rear guard. I am the commander of the heavenly hosts, and I have been shielding you from blows you didn't even know were coming. The weariness you feel is proof of the battle, but it is also proof of your survival. You are still here. You are still breathing. You are still seeking my face even when you feel like you have nothing left to give. That my child is a strength that terrifies the enemy. The world sees your productivity, but I see your persistence. I see the nights when you sat on the edge of your bed, head in your hands, wondering how you would find the strength to do it all again tomorrow. I saw you when you wanted to give up, when you whispered to the silence that you couldn't take another step. In those moments, it was my grace that acted as a cushion for your fall. You are not weak because you feel the weight. You are chosen because you are capable of carrying it until I transition you into your season of rest. The battle has been long and the spiritual atmosphere has been thick with opposition, but I am breathing a fresh wind into your lungs right now. I am lifting the heavy yoke from your neck and replacing it with my light burden. The fatigue is leaving and the clarity of your purpose is returning. You are being strengthened for the next level of your journey, and this weight you have endured is actually building the spiritual muscle required for the authority I am about to grant you. My child, I have walked beside you through the cold hallways of disappointment, and I have seen the shadows cast by the people you once trusted most. I know the sting that lingers in your heart, that sharp burning ache that comes when those you poured your soul into turn their backs on you. I was there when you gave your last ounce of strength to help them rise, only for them to forget your name once they reached the top. I saw the confused look in your eyes when the very hands you held in their time of need were the ones that pushed you away when you were the one who stumbled. You have asked me in the quiet of your room, Lord, why is it that the more I love, the more I am hurt? Why does my kindness seem to invite exploitation? I hear the trembling in your voice, and I want you to know that I have counted every single one of those wounds. I know the names of those who whispered behind your back while smiling to your face. I saw the secret meetings where they plotted to dim your light, and I heard the lies they told to justify their betrayal of your loyalty. You must understand, my precious one, that your heart is a rare sanctuary in a world filled with transactional love. You love without a price tag, and you serve without an agenda. And to those whose hearts are hardened by greed or insecurity, your purity is an indictment of their darkness. They did not truly love you. They loved the light I placed within you. They were attracted to your peace, your wisdom, and your resilience, but because they refused to do the work to find that light within themselves, they tried to consume yours. They treated your kindness like a weakness to be exploited rather than a gift to be cherished. This is why you feel so drained. You have been fueling the lives of people who were never intended to stay for the long haul. I have watched you stand alone in a crowded room, feeling 1,000 miles away from the people laughing right next to you because you realized that they only knew the version of you that served them. You felt the heavy silence of being misunderstood, of being the one who always listens but is never heard, the one who always gives but is never replenished. But listen to my voice today. I am the great filter of your life. Every person who has walked away from you was moved by my hand, even if it felt like a rejection that tore your soul apart. I was not being cruel. I was being protective. I saw the poison they were carrying, and I saw that if they stayed, they would eventually destroy the harvest I am growing within you. I allowed the betrayal to happen so that you would finally stop trying to find your worth in the approval of people who are incapable of seeing your true value. I am removing the wolves who dressed themselves in sheep's clothing, so that I can make room for the true family I am sending your way, those who will pour into you as you have poured into others. You have been faithful over the Judas moments of your life, and because you chose to remain kind even when you were treated poorly, I am preparing to vindicate you in the sight of those who doubted you. Do not allow bitterness to take up the space in your heart that I have reserved for your coming miracles. I am the friend who sticks closer than any brother, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. The people who betrayed you did not realize that they were only pushing you closer into my arms. They thought they were burying you, but they didn't know you were a seed. They thought they were leaving you empty, but they were actually clearing out the clutter so that I could fill you with a double portion of my spirit. I am the God of justice, and I will restore the years the locusts have eaten. I will make your enemies your footstool, not for the sake of revenge, but for the sake of showing the world that those who touch my chosen ones are touching the apple of my eye. Rest now, my child, for I am filtering your circle, and the peace that is coming will be far greater than the pain you are leaving behind. My beloved, I have seen you in the heavy silence of the midnight hour when the rest of the world is draped in sleep, and you are left alone with the echoes of your own heart. I have watched you stare at the ceiling while the clock ticked toward 3 in the morning, your mind racing through a labyrinth of what-ifs and why-me's. I was there when the weight of your life felt so crushing that you had to retreat to the bathroom floor, leaning your head against the wall, letting the cold tiles ground you while your soul felt like it was drifting away. I have seen the way you muffle your sobs into your pillow so that no one in the next room would hear your breaking point. You have mastered the art of being fine during the daylight, but in the dark the mask slips and the raw, unedited pain of your journey pours out. I want you to know that not a single drop of those tears has been wasted. I have caught every one of them in my bottle. They are not signs of weakness, they are liquid prayers, and I am translating every sob into a decree of restoration in the heavenly courts. I have heard the screams that never left your throat, the silent cries for help, that you were too afraid or too exhausted to speak out loud. I saw you when you felt like you were screaming into a void, wondering if I had turned my back on you, or if I had forgotten the promises I made to your heart. There were nights when you felt a literal ache in your chest, a spiritual heaviness that made it hard to draw a full breath. You felt invisible, as if your existence was a ghost haunting your own life. But I was leaning in close, my child. I was whispering to your spirit even when the noise of your anxiety was too loud for you to hear me. I was holding your hand when you felt like you were falling into an abyss of despair. Those moments of absolute brokenness were not the end of your story. They were the moments I was clearing away the debris of your old self to make room for the glory I am about to reveal. If you believe that I have been with you in your darkest nights and that I am turning your sorrow into joy right now, type "I believe" in the comments to anchor this truth in your soul. Because you have endured the night with such faithfulness, even when you didn't feel faithful, I am inviting you to step deeper into this sanctuary of light. This message is a lifeline for the weary, and I want you to remain connected to this flow of grace. If you feel my presence comforting you in this very moment, take a second to like this video and subscribe to this channel. By doing so, you are not just following a page. You are joining a holy assembly of those I have called out of the darkness. Your like is a spiritual amen to my work in your life, and your subscription is a commitment to stay in the path of the revelation I am pouring out. Do not let the enemy isolate you anymore. You belong to a family of overcomers, and together we are pushing back the shadows that have tried to claim your peace. The dawn you have been praying for is not just a distant hope. It is breaking over the horizon of your life at this very moment. I am the God who makes all things new, and I am reaching into those midnight memories to pull out the sting of the pain. The silent screams of your past are being replaced by a new song of victory. You will no longer look at the 3 a.m. hour with dread, but as a time of divine encounter where I refill your cup until it overflows. I am healing the trauma of being unheard and the scars of being misunderstood. I am your vindicator, your comforter, and your constant friend. The tears you sowed in the dark are about to produce a harvest of laughter in the light. Your season of hidden suffering is coming to an end, and your season of public blessing is about to begin. Rest your head now, for the battle for your peace has already been won. My chosen one, I know there have been moments recently when the hair on the back of your neck stood up and a cold shiver ran down your spine for no apparent reason. You have been in your home in the safety of your own room, and yet you felt a pair of eyes upon you. You have walked down familiar streets and felt the sudden urge to look over your shoulder, searching for a shadow that seemed to disappear the moment you turned your head. I want to speak to the unease that has been flickering in the periphery of your vision. You are not losing your mind, and you are not being paranoid. Your spiritual senses are becoming more acute because the atmosphere around you is charged with a new intensity. You have felt watched because you are indeed being monitored, but not in the way you fear. While the enemy sends his scouts to observe the radiance of the light I have placed within you, trying to find a crack in your armor, I am standing as the eternal sentinel over your soul. I am the one who neither slumbers nor sleeps, watching over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. The reason you feel this watchfulness so strongly is that you have entered a season where your spiritual significance has reached a tipping point. You are no longer a hidden seed. You are becoming a tall oak of righteousness, and your growth is disrupting the plans of the darkness. I have seen you checking the locks on your doors twice at night, trying to settle an anxiety you cannot name. I have seen you pause in the middle of a hallway, sensing a presence that feels heavy and intrusive. Hear me clearly that heaviness is the frustration of the enemy who realized he cannot touch you. He is watching you from a distance because I have placed a wall of fire around your life that he dares not cross. You are being watched by the fallen ones who are terrified of what will happen when you fully realize the authority I have given you. They are not watching to attack. They are watching in fear, waiting to see if you will finally step into the power that is already yours. But more importantly, my child, I want you to remember that my eyes are always upon you with a gaze of infinite protective love. While the enemy watches to find a weakness, I watch to strengthen your heart. I watch over my word to perform it in your life. Every time you felt that gaze and felt a sense of dread, I want you to shift your focus. Instead of fearing the watcher in the shadows, recognize the presence of the Almighty who is standing right beside you. I am closer to you than your own breath. I am the cloud of glory that covers you by day and the pillar of fire that guards you by night. The feeling of being watched is a reminder that you are a high-value target in the spirit because you carry a piece of my throne within your spirit. You are royalty walking in a foreign land, and of course the locals will stare. But they cannot harm the one who is under the direct protection of the King of Kings. I am calling you now to settle into a deep, unshakable peace. From this moment on, whenever you feel that sensation of being observed, I want you to breathe my name. Let it be a signal to the spiritual realm that you know exactly who is in charge of your safety. You are part of my royal guard, and I am training your senses to discern between the presence of the foe and the presence of your Father. Because you are waking up to this spiritual reality, I want you to confirm your loyalty to the light. Join this community of watchmen and light bearers by clicking the like button and subscribing to this channel. This is your way of saying that you will no longer live in fear of the shadows, but you will walk boldly in the light of my protection. By subscribing, you are surrounding yourself with the truth that keeps the enemy at bay. Do not walk this path alone. Stay connected to the revelations I am releasing to keep my chosen ones safe and informed. My beloved, let us pull back the veil and speak of the architecture of your soul. For you have spent far too long wondering why you are so different from those around you. You have often asked me why you cannot simply fit in, why the conversations of the world feel hollow to your ears, and why you feel a deep aching pull toward things that others seem to ignore. I want you to understand the anatomy of a chosen one. You are not mass-produced in the factories of the mundane. You are handcrafted in the secret chambers of my heart. From the moment of your conception, I placed a specific frequency within your spirit, a resonance of my own light that acts as a homing beacon for the lost and a blinding glare to the darkness. This is why you feel things so deeply. Your sensitivity is not a flaw, it is a divine sensory system. You are a high-fidelity receiver of my whispers, and that same sensitivity allows you to feel the shifts in the spiritual atmosphere long before others notice the storm. Inside your spirit, there is a mark that I have seared into your very essence. To the human eye, you look like anyone else, but in the spiritual realm, you glow with a distinct hue of authority. This is why strangers sometimes stare at you or feel compelled to tell you their life stories without knowing why. They are subconsciously reacting to the peace you carry. However, this same light is why you have faced such unexplained opposition. The enemy recognizes the anatomy of the chosen, and he knows that if you ever fully realize who you are, his influence in your sphere will be shattered. You carry the container of a giant, yet for years I have kept you in a season of hiding to ensure that your character could grow strong enough to support the weight of the blessing I am about to pour out. Real blessings are heavy, and I have been building strong shoulders in you through every trial you have endured. You are a bridge builder and a cycle breaker. The DNA of your spirit is coated with the power to end generational curses that have plagued your family for decades. This is why the pressure has been so intense. You are not just fighting for yourself, you are fighting for the freedom of those who will come after you. You have the heart of a lion, but the spirit of a lamb, a combination that confuses the world, but is perfectly designed for my purposes. I have given you eyes that see past the facades of people and a heart that breaks for what breaks mine. You are being built, not broken. You are becoming, not falling apart. Every no you have received from the world was my yes to a higher path. You are a masterpiece in progress, a royal vessel being refined in the heat of the world so that you can shine with the purity of heaven. You are my chosen one, and your design is intentional, powerful, and precious beyond measure. My child, I want to pull back the curtain on the tactics of the shadow, for you have been wondering why the road has suddenly become so steep and the wind so fierce. You have been asking me why, just as you began to pray more, or just as you decided to change your life for the better, everything seemed to fall apart at once. You expected peace, but you found a storm. You expected an open door, but it felt like the locks were doubled. I want you to understand the strategy of the invisible enemy. He does not attack those who are sleeping. He attacks those who are waking up. The intensity of the resistance you are facing right now is the greatest proof that you are standing on the very threshold of your promised land. The enemy is not a creator. He is a reactor. He has seen the movement in the heavens. He has heard the decree I have spoken over your life, and he is desperate to make you turn back before you see the miracle with your own eyes. His primary weapon is not power, for he has no power over those who are mine. His weapon is the illusion of defeat. He uses discouragement to make you think that my silence is my absence. He uses chaos in your finances, your relationships, and your health to distract you from the internal shift I am performing. He wants you to focus on the waves, so that you forget that I am the one walking on the water beside you. Have you noticed how the negative thoughts have become louder? Have you noticed how the people around you have become more difficult? This is the final resistance. Just as a runner feels the most pain in the last mile of the race, or as the darkness is deepest right before the sun breaks the horizon, the enemy is throwing everything he has at you because he knows his time is short. He is trying to get you to dig up the seeds of faith you have planted with your own words of doubt. He wants you to say it's too late or it will never happen, so that you disqualify yourself from the blessing that is already in transit. Because this revelation is vital for your survival in this season, I want you to anchor your heart right now. Do not let this truth slip away from you. I want you to join this circle of light and reaffirm your commitment to the path I have set for you. Take a moment to like this message and subscribe to this channel. This is your way of saying to the spirit world, I see the strategy and I will not be moved. By subscribing, you are surrounding your mind with the truth that exposes the lies of the enemy. You are ensuring that you have the spiritual ammunition needed to fight back. This is not just a digital action. It is a declaration that you are a student of the light and that you refuse to be a victim of the darkness any longer. Do it now and feel the shift as you align yourself with my truth. I am teaching you how to be fireproof, my beloved. Sometimes I do not deliver you from the fire because I want you to realize that the fire cannot consume you. I am using the enemy's own strategy against him. Every trial he sends to break you is actually being used by me to build you. Every lie he tells you is being used to refine your discernment. The very trouble that was sent to stop you is being repurposed as a catalyst to push you forward into a new level of your destiny. On the other side of this difficulty is a version of you that is unshakable, unbreakable, and full of my glory. You are passing the discouragement test, and I am watching with a father's pride as you refuse to bow. The enemy is running out of options, but I have an infinite supply of grace for you. Stand firm, for the battle is not yours but mine, and the victory is already written in the stars. My beloved, do not be deceived by what your physical eyes see, for the world is but a thin veil over a much greater reality. You have often felt as though you were fighting against people, against the supervisor who treats you unfairly, the family member who drains your spirit, or the friend who turned into a stranger. But I have whispered a truth to the ages that I want you to anchor in your heart today. Your struggle is not against flesh and blood. It is not against the people you see, but against the principalities, the powers, and the rulers of the darkness of this world. You are not just a person trying to survive a difficult week. You are a spiritual being engaged in a cosmic assignment. I have placed you on the front lines because I know the strength of the spirit I have breathed into you. You were designed for this rank. You were created to stand where others fall, and to speak light into places where darkness has ruled for generations. I have told you that you are the head and not the tail, that you are above and not beneath. This is not a mere suggestion. It is a divine decree that is written in the very fabric of existence. Every time you feel the pressure of the world trying to crush you, remember that I am the potter and you are the clay in my hands. I am molding you into a vessel of honor, and no weapon formed against you shall ever be able to prosper. Every tongue that rises against you in judgment, I have already given you the power to condemn by your very presence. You carry the authority to tread upon serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. You are shielded by a covenant that was signed before the foundations of the world were laid. Your position is one of victory, not because of your own might, but because I have already overcome the world. Because you are beginning to realize the true authority of your position, I want you to mark this moment of revelation. Do not let this truth remain just a thought. Activate it with your voice. If you believe that you are a warrior of light and that no shadow can overcome you, type "I am a warrior of light" in the comments right now. By doing this, you are coming into agreement with my word and signaling to the heavenly hosts that you have accepted your post. This is how you seal your authority in the spiritual realm. Let your declaration echo through the halls of heaven. I see your faith and I am responding to your courage. Understand that your life is a living testimony of my power. When people look at you and wonder how you are still standing after everything you have been through, they are seeing the proof of my hand upon you. You are a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. I have called you by name and you are mine. You are protected, you are purposed, and you are positioned for a glory that far outweighs your current light afflictions. The script of your life has already been written by my finger, and it ends in a triumph that will leave the world in awe. Stand tall, my chosen warrior, for the King of Glory is your shield and your exceeding great reward. My precious child, do not be afraid of the heat that has surrounded your life lately. I know it feels as though the world is closing in, and the flames of your trials are becoming unbearable. You have cried out to me, asking why the furnace has been turned up 7 times hotter, wondering if I have abandoned you to be consumed by your circumstances. But I want you to look closely at the fire. I am not standing on the outside watching you burn. I am standing in the center of the flames right beside you. This heat you feel is not the fire of destruction. It is the refiner's fire. I am the great goldsmith, and you are my most precious treasure. I have placed you in this season of intensity because there are impurities in your soul, the dross of fear, the residue of past hurts, and the sediments of self-doubt that can only be melted away by the heat of a great challenge. I am not trying to hurt you. I am trying to make you pure so that when the world looks at you, they see a perfect reflection of my glory. You often feel as though you are breaking, but I tell you today, you are not breaking, you are becoming. You are like the clay in my hands, and sometimes the potter must break the vessel to remove the air bubbles and the hidden flaws before reshaping it into something far more beautiful and resilient. I have seen you trembling in the face of your difficulties, but I have also seen the strength that is rising within you, a strength you never knew you possessed. I don't always deliver you from the fire because I want to make you fireproof. There is a specific kind of authority that can only be forged in the furnace of affliction. The version of you that emerges from this season will not be the same person who entered it. You will walk out with a grace that is unshakable and a character that can handle the massive weight of the blessing I am preparing to place upon your life. Real blessings require strong shoulders, and the fire is building those shoulders right now. Because this transformation is so vital, I want you to take a moment to acknowledge the work I am doing in you. You are part of a holy remnant of souls being refined for a great purpose. Join this family of overcomers who are being made into gold. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now to signal your agreement with this refining process. By doing this, you are telling the heavens that you trust the hand of the potter even when you cannot feel the comfort of the cool breeze. Your subscription is a commitment to stay in the fire until the work is complete, and your like is a testimony that you believe in the beauty of the finished product. Do not walk away from the process. Stay connected to the truth that sustains you through the heat. My silence during your greatest trials has never been abandonment. It has been the focused attention of a craftsman. When the goldsmith sees his own reflection in the molten metal, he knows the process is complete. I am waiting to see my image in you, my peace in your eyes, my love in your words, and my strength in your walk. You have passed the test of endurance, and you have shown me your faithfulness even when it hurt. The intensity of the fire is actually a sign of how close you are to the finish line. The dross is falling away, and the pure gold of your true identity is finally being revealed. You are coming out with more than you had before. You are coming out with a testimony that will set others free. Hold on just a little longer, for the flames are dying down, and the glory that follows will be worth every moment of the heat. My beloved, listen closely with the ears of your spirit, for the atmosphere around you is no longer the same as it was when you first began to listen to my voice today. You have spent months, perhaps even years, in a season of not yet. You have watched others receive their breakthroughs while you remained in the waiting room, wondering if your name had been skipped on the list of heaven. But I am the God of the suddenly, and I am here to tell you that the clock of your destiny has just struck midnight. The period of preparation is over, and the hour of manifestation has arrived. Even as I speak these words, my angels are being dispatched to move the obstacles that have blocked your path. I am orchestrating a divine alignment that will manifest in your physical reality within the next 24 hours. This is not a vague hope for a distant future. This is an immediate shift in the trajectory of your life. Watch your phone, watch your inbox, and stay alert to the people you encounter in the next 24 hours. A message is coming, perhaps an email you've been waiting for, a phone call from an unexpected source, or a notification that changes your financial standing. I am moving someone's heart to remember you. I am causing a door that was bolted shut to swing wide open. You have been faithful in the hidden season, and now I am going to reward you openly. This shift is the beginning of a chain reaction that will settle debts, heal relationships, and restore your peace. You will feel a sudden lightness in your spirit, a knowing that the tide has finally turned in your favor. Do not let doubt steal this moment from you. The enemy will try to whisper that this is too good to be true, but remind him that I am the God who creates something out of nothing. Because you are standing on the edge of this miracle, I want you to activate this prophecy with an act of bold faith. Do not let this word fall to the ground. If you believe that I am moving on your behalf right now and you are ready to receive this 24-hour miracle, type "I receive my shift" or 1111 in the comments. By doing this, you are marking the time and date of your breakthrough in the spiritual realm. You are telling the universe that you are in agreement with the Father's timing. Let your amen be the final seal on this divine appointment. I see your expectancy, and I am meeting it with my power. This immediate shift is my way of showing you that I have never forgotten you. I am the God who makes a way where there is no way, and I am doing a new thing in your life that will leave you in awe of my goodness. You have struggled long enough, and the season of lack and loneliness is being swallowed up by a season of abundance and divine connection. Keep your eyes open and your heart expectant, for before the sun sets tomorrow, you will have a reason to testify of my faithfulness. The shift is not coming, it is already here. Take a deep breath and step into the new day I have prepared for you. My child, come closer and let the shadow of the world fade into the background. I want you to visualize the space you occupy right now, your home, your room, even the very air surrounding your body. To the eyes of man, it may look like an ordinary place, but to the eyes of the Spirit, I have turned your dwelling into a fortress of the Most High. I am wrapping you in a layer of protection that the world cannot see and the enemy cannot penetrate. Think of it not as walls of cold stone, but as a living, breathing sanctuary of my presence. I am covering you with my pinions, and under my wings you shall find refuge. My faithfulness is your shield and your rampart. When you lie down at night, I am the silence that keeps the terrors of the dark at bay. When you walk out of your door in the morning, I am the unseen escort that clears the path before you. You have been worried about the safety of your loved ones and the security of your future, but I am telling you today that the perimeter of your life has been marked by my holy fire. I want you to feel the softness of my feathers surrounding your spirit. Just as a mother bird covers her young to protect them from the storm and the predator, I am drawing you into the center of my heart. There is a peace that surpasses all understanding, and it is available to you right now within this divine fortress. You no longer need to look over your shoulder with dread or jump at every sound of bad news. The arrows that fly by day and the pestilence that stalks in the darkness have no authority over you. I have placed a hedge of protection around your household that is woven with the threads of my eternal promises. Your home is not just a building. It is a consecrated ground where my angels have taken up their posts. They are standing at your gates and your windows, holding swords of flaming light to ensure that no plague or calamity comes near your tent. You are safe because I am the Lord, your dwelling place, and I do not fail those who put their trust in me. As you rest in this assurance, I want you to remember that you are part of a royal lineage that is guarded by the King of Kings himself. You do not walk this path as an orphan, but as a child of the highest authority in existence. To strengthen this bond of protection and to stay aligned with the truth that keeps you safe, I invite you to join this family of light bearers. Take a moment to like this message and subscribe to this channel. This is your way of acknowledging that you have moved your residence into my fortress. By doing so, you are surrounding yourself with a community of faith that acts as a collective shield against the darkness. Do not let yourself be isolated where the enemy can whisper lies. Stay connected to the source of your strength and the family that stands with you in the Spirit. Your like and your subscription are acts of agreement with the safety I am providing for you this day. Rest in the knowledge that my protection is not passive. It is active and fierce. I am a jealous God when it comes to my chosen ones. Anyone who attempts to harm you must first answer to me. I am the wall of fire around you and the glory in your midst. When the storms of life howl against your windows, they will find that your foundation is built upon the rock of ages, and you will not be moved. You are entering a season of divine shielding where even the mistakes of your past and the traps of your enemies are being intercepted by my grace. Breathe in the atmosphere of my fortress. Let the tension leave your shoulders and the anxiety leave your mind. You are held. You are guarded. You are hidden in the secret place of the Most High, and there is no power in heaven or on earth that can pluck you out of my hand. My child, I have heard the heavy sighs you exhale when you look at the numbers on your screen and the envelopes on your table. I have seen the way your heart tightens with anxiety when you think about the future, wondering how you will provide, how you will survive, and how you will ever break free from the suffocating cycle of just enough. You have spent so many years living in the land of not enough, stretching every penny until it cries and sacrificing your peace to satisfy the demands of your debts. I am here to tell you that the spirit of lack is a liar, and today I am breaking its hold over your life. I am Jehovah Jireh, the Lord your provider, and I do not merely want you to survive. I want you to overflow. I am the owner of the cattle on 1,000 hills, and the gold and silver of the earth are mine to distribute. I am opening the storehouses of heaven over your head, and I am commanding a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. The iron gates that have kept you from your prosperity are not just unlocking, they are being torn off their hinges. I am initiating a divine transfer in your favor. I am moving resources from the hands of those who do not honor me into the hands of those who will use them to build my kingdom and bless the world. Do not look to your job as your only source. Do not look to the economy as your master. I am your source, and I have ways of providing that defy the logic of men. I am orchestrating a series of holy coincidences that will lead to unexpected checks in the mail, debt cancellations you didn't even apply for, and sudden promotions that bypass those with more experience but less favor. I am breathing on your seeds of faith, and I am accelerating your harvest. The years you spent in poverty were years of training, teaching you how to be a good steward of the little so that you can now be trusted with much. The season of squeezing by is officially over, and the season of more than enough has begun. Because you are entering this new level of abundance, I want you to confirm your agreement with the laws of my kingdom. You are being elevated from a servant to a distributor of my wealth. Join this community of believers who are stepping into their financial destiny by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel right now. This is a simple yet profound act of faith that signals your alignment with my provision. By subscribing, you are surrounding yourself with the wisdom and the reminders that will keep your mind focused on my abundance rather than the world's lack. Do not let the spirit of poverty whisper that you are not worthy. You are a child of the King, and wealth is part of your inheritance. Like and subscribe now to mark this day as the beginning of your financial freedom. If you believe that I am breaking your chains of debt and opening the windows of heaven over your life right now, do not stay silent. I want you to claim this promise and seal it with your words. Type "I claim my overflow" or 8888 in the comments to signal that you are ready for your new beginning. Every time you declare it, the seeds of prosperity take deeper root in your life. I am looking for those who have the courage to believe for the impossible. I am canceling the interest that has held you back, and I am restoring the resources that the enemy tried to steal. You will no longer be a slave to the lender. You will be the lender to many. Rest in the assurance that I am your provider, and your days of lack are being swallowed up by the infinite ocean of my grace. My precious child, I have seen the heavy grief that haunts you when you look back at the calendar of your life. I know the pang of regret that strikes your heart when you think about the years you feel you have wasted, the years lost to toxic relationships that drained your youth, the years swallowed by sickness and depression, the years spent in a job that didn't value your soul, and the years lost to mistakes you can't seem to forgive yourself for. You look at the people around you and feel like you are falling behind, as if the clock has run out on your dreams. But I am the author of time, and I am here to tell you that I am about to restore everything the locusts have eaten. I am the God who can compress decades of blessing into a single moment of favor. I am not just going to give you back what you lost. I am going to give it back to you with interest. I am the God of the second chance, the third chance, and the infinite beginning. Your wasted years were actually the seasons I was hiddenly preparing your roots so that you could sustain the massive growth that is coming. I am reaching into your past to pull out the sting of the what-ifs. I am redeeming the time you thought was gone forever. Just as I promised in my word, I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust, the hopping locust, the destroying locust, and the gnawing locust have taken. I saw the tears you shed over opportunities that passed you by, and I am telling you now, those doors were closed by my hand to protect you from a future that would have destroyed your spirit. Now I am opening new doors that no man can shut, doors that lead to a harvest so plentiful it will make you forget the famine of your past. You are not behind. You are being catapulted. I am giving you a double portion for all your trouble. The wisdom you gained in the fire is worth more than the time you lost in the flames. You are emerging from your hidden season with a character that is refined and a spirit that is unbreakable. Your latter days shall be far more glorious than your former days. Because you are standing at the threshold of this total restoration, I want you to join this holy family of believers who are reclaiming their destinies. If you feel my spirit renewing your hope and bringing back the joy of your youth, take a moment to like this message and subscribe to this channel right now. This is more than a digital click. It is a spiritual declaration that you are aligning yourself with the God of restoration. By subscribing, you are surrounding yourself with the reminders of my faithfulness that will keep you from ever feeling behind again. You are signaling to the heavens that you are ready to receive the double portion I have prepared for you. Do not let the enemy make you feel isolated in your regret. Join the remnant of those who know that with me, it is never too late. I am also healing the scars of the relationships that broke you. I am removing the people who took from you and replacing them with a soul tribe, men and women of light who will pour into you, sharpen you, and love you with a love that reflects my own. You will no longer look back at your past with a sense of loss, but with a sense of awe at how I used every broken piece to create a masterpiece of grace. If you are ready to receive this restoration of your years, your health, and your joy, type "I receive my restoration" or 777 in the comments to seal this promise into your life forever. By doing this, you are telling the spirit world that you no longer identify with your wasted past, but with your restored future. I am making all things new, and your best days are not behind you. They are standing right in front of you, waiting for you to step into the light. To those who have plotted in the dark against you, to those who have whispered your name in malice while you slept, and to those who have sought to steal the joy I have placed within your heart, I have a message that will make their spirits tremble. Hear me clearly, my precious one, for I am speaking not only to you, but through you to the atmosphere surrounding your life. I have issued a final decree in the courts of heaven: touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. For too long you have been the target of jealousy, the subject of gossip, and the victim of hidden agendas. You have felt the arrows of betrayal piercing your back from hands you once held in friendship. But I am the God of justice, and I have seen every secret meeting and heard every whispered lie intended to bring you down. I am standing now as your divine advocate, and I am telling the enemies of your destiny that their time of harassing my child has come to a definitive end. The very traps they have dug for you are the very pits they are about to fall into themselves. I have seen the way they tried to discredit your name, and how they sought to block your promotion because they were intimidated by the light you carry. I saw the sabotage in the workplace, the manipulation in the family, and the spiritual attacks designed to make you lose your mind. You did not have to lift a finger in your own defense, for I have been your shield. But now I am stepping out from behind that shield to take the offensive. I am the Lord of hosts, the commander of heavies, and I am issuing a warning to the darkness. You have gone too far. Every word of curse they spoke over you is being returned to them as a blessing for you and a lesson for them. Every door they tried to lock is being used as a platform for your public vindication. You are entering a season where you will not have to explain yourself or fight for your reputation, because I will make your righteousness shine like the noonday sun, and those who sought your downfall will be forced to witness your elevation. You can rest now. My warrior, for the battle is no longer yours to fight. I am the one who vindicates, and I am the one who settles the score. I am calling those who have been under attack to stand still and see the salvation of your God. If you believe that I am your defender and that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, type "My God fights for me" in the comments to activate my divine protection. By declaring this, you are letting the spiritual world know that you are under the banner of the Most High. I want you to join this community of protected souls who walk in the authority of the King. Take a moment to like this message and subscribe to this channel. This is your way of surrounding yourself with the truth that keeps the enemy at bay. By subscribing, you are planting yourself in a sanctuary of light where the voices of your enemies cannot reach you. Do not walk in fear any longer. The King of Glory is your rear guard, and your enemies are already defeated. I am turning the tables in your favor. Those who look down on you will soon look up to you, not because you sought power, but because I have chosen to honor your faithfulness. The Goliaths in your life are about to fall, and the Red Seas that stood in your way are about to part. I am the God who makes your enemies your footstool, using their opposition as the very stairs that lead you to your throne. You are safe, you are protected, and you are highly favored. The shadow of my hand is over you, and the fire of my presence is around you. Walk with your head held high, for the victory has already been secured in my name. The final warning has been given, and the peace of your life is now untouchable. My beloved child, we have walked through the fires of the unseen battle. We have stood against the shadows of betrayal, and we have navigated the midnight hours of your deepest pain together. Now I am drawing you into the final sanctuary of our conversation today, the covenant of peace. This is not a peace that the world gives, which is dependent on circumstances or the balance in your bank account. This is my peace, a sovereign stillness that guards your heart and mind regardless of the storms outside. You have spent so much of your life in a state of high alert, waiting for the next blow to fall, but I am deactivating that survival mechanism within your soul. I am breathing a holy quietness into your spirit that will silence the echoes of your trauma and the noise of your anxieties. You are not safe because the world has become kind. You are safe because you are held within the hollow of my hand. I am your eternal dwelling place, and I am establishing a covenant with you this day that my kindness shall not depart from you, nor shall my covenant of peace be removed. I want you to realize that you are entering a season of spiritual rest, even in the midst of your activity. You will no longer labor out of a place of fear, but out of a place of victory. The pressure that used to crush you is now being turned into the power that carries you. You are not an orphan fighting for crumbs. You are a child of the King, feasting at the table of abundance. I am sealing every promise I have spoken to you today. The 24-hour shift, the financial overflow, the restoration of your wasted years, and the divine protection over your home. These are not mere words. They are the decrees of the Almighty that have already been set in motion. To seal this entire prophecy into your life and to ensure that the enemy cannot steal the seeds of hope that have been planted in your heart, I want you to perform a final act of agreement. If you believe that you are under my protection and that your life is now a vessel of my peace, type "I am safe in his arms" in the comments right now. By doing this, you are locking this blessing into your reality and declaring to all of heaven and earth that you belong to me. As we conclude this divine encounter, do not let the fire of this message die down. You are part of a global remnant of chosen ones who are rising to change the world with my light. I invite you one last time to officially join this family of believers. Like this video and subscribe to this channel as your final seal of loyalty to the path I have set before you. When you subscribe, you are telling me that you are ready to walk this journey of faith every single day. And when you like, you are adding your light to the thousands of others who are saying amen to my work. Share this message with 3 people who are currently in their own midnight hour. Your act of sharing will be the catalyst for their own miracle. You are no longer alone and you are no longer afraid. I am with you, I am for you, and I am in you. Go forth in the confidence of my love, for you are my precious chosen one, and your victory is already complete. It is done. Amen.